Hello everyone, we are presenting the Speedy Turtle Corporation. We are in Word 15, Company 4 for Management 497, Professor Kwong's class. STC Corporation was founded by 6 main officers. They are Tian Tian, Xingting Mai, Yiyi He, Carlos, Paul, and me, Yiyi He. In STC Corporation, Carlos is our CEO and marketing manager. He takes charge of day-by-day operations, management of department's performance. And our CFO is Paul. His primary job includes supervising the use of funds for each department and ensuring that the money is spent effectively. In addition, Tian Tian is our Chief Operation Officer. She is the Director of Production at STC. Her jobs are inventory control and production innovation. Our Vice President of Sales is Xingting Mai. She is able to increase or decrease the unit sales price depends on competitors' conditions. Moreover, Sam is the head senior accountant. He has the responsibility of budgeting, performing accounting functions, and I am the human resource manager of STC. My name is Yiyi. I have the duty of planning, directing, and coordinating the administrative function of our corporation. Our corporation was incorporated 6 years ago. It is a market-leading durable goods manufacturer and sellers in the industry. Our company name comes from a moral story, the race between rabbit and the turtles. Nobody in the market is perfect. Only if we set a goal and try our best to do it, like turtle spirit, which are claimed to make decisions, to be positive and zeal to our customers, and perseverance. Our corporation believes that we will get success if we follow the rules. Moreover, STC is the global corporation with 2 central plants located in America and Nasdaq. Here is our mission statement. ST Corporation aims to be the most profitable company in our industry, be selling the best products on market. We are trying to sell high quality, affordable products to our customer. In addition, we provide a dynamic and challenging environment for our employees. The STC objectives are maintain the leading market share at 27% through our year 5 and year 6. Since we have an overseas factory, we are trying to reach unit production cost of from $4.65 to $4.70 units by the end of year 5 and year 6. And also, we are trying to increase net income to 2 million for year 5 and 3 million for year 6. The stock price of $1.50 by the end of year 5 and $2 by the end of year 6. Also, our goals for return on equity is 12% for year 5 and 13% for year 6. The last goal is return on assets of 11% for year 5 and 12% for year 6. Then our Vice President of Sales Xingting will analyze the 6 weighting factors.
Hello, I'm Xingting Mai. Thank you, Yiyi. I'm going to talk about the factor affect choice of objective. Research and development budget consistently increasing, often the last and best models. Continue with our leading market share strategy. Production and the low cost relate to new model. Repurchase program for the stock and bond. Let us continue to see how our company did well on the performance target. ST Corporation had made several investments to produce in overseas. It includes equipment and the production training will pay off in the long term because we are able to cut down our labor cost by making sure we do not have executive assets. We are able to maximizing the return of those assets by reducing the cost. Our forecast return on asset is 11.5% on year 5 and 12% in year 6, even though the actual percentage turned out to be 10.96% in year 5. The actual ROA is 27.71% in year 6. There is similar ROA. Our return on equity also is higher than forecast. In the year 5, our actual ROE was 16% higher than our forecast, 12%, and the actual ROE also around 41% higher than our forecast, 13% in year 6. Our company did very well in return on asset and return on equity in year 5 and year 6. Stock price and market share. ST Corporation have repurchased many shares of stock in year 5 and 6 in order to efficiently raising our stock price. In addition, we began to pay dividend in year 5 quarter 4 in order to raising our stock price. Our stock price is from $1 to $4.68. Our company's stock price is continuously increasing in year 5 and 6. We ending the game with the highest stock price out of all 5 companies. For the market share, we can see increasing the market share as our major goal, and we want to have the lower price and most sale possible. The goal was put enough life in overseas, where they have cheaper labor to allow us to shut down our plant in homeland. We successful to do it, and we got the 21% market share in year 6. We're looking for opportunity to increasing the market share in the future. Unit production cost and total net income. From the chart, we can see our actual unit production cost was $3.91 per unit in year 5 and $3.01 per unit in year 6. There was lower than our goal. It was a very good deal for us. STC sales performance was excellent. Since we closed the homeland factory in year 5 quarter 4, our revenue growth and reducing the cost led to overall improvement in total income from $2.3 million to $5.7 million in year 6. We enjoyed a higher total net income industry at that point.
Hi, my name is Paul and I'll be talking about functional strategies used to meet objectives and whether the strategies have succeeded and why. First, I'll be talking about advertising. We had overwhelming sales, increased market share in all areas, had the highest market share overall overseas. In operations, we hired during low seasons, increased commission, increased efficiency, and changed our pricing strategy. For our finance, ROE was increased and our stock prices were increased. Lastly, our UPC relative to model was the lowest of all. Functional strategies for marketing. We decided to increase advertising by 7% each quarter up until we reached a maximum of 200,000 in order not to oversaturate the market with our commercials, internet ads, or any other avenue of advertising. We increased advertising during quarter 2 and quarter 4, which were the high seasons. Also, increased advertising the introduction of our newest models. The only time we did not increase advertising was during quarter 1 and quarter 3, which was our low seasons. Functional strategies and operations. In order to successfully preserve salespeople, our strategy was to increase commission during every introduction of a new model. We also decided to keep a reserve of 20% in each area in case of any sudden increases in sales. Worker training was also increased in each quarter by 7% to take full advantage of the efficiency that training was producing. Also, manage a competitive pricing strategy was needed to thrive in our market segment. Functional strategies for finance. We initiated a repurchase program for stocks that we started in year 5 in order to raise our stock prices back up. The plan was to buy back stock, at least 3 million worth of it. We issued dividends during year 6 to help us with ROE. Our future plan was to buy back small amounts of bonds in order to reduce liability that we have incurred during the purchase of bonds.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm going to talk about reasons for our team's success and variance on our statements in comparison between forecasted and actual number. There are a couple reasons for our successful teamwork. First of all, our team set a set of common goals on the early stage of the game, such as we want to be number 1 on market share, return on equity, and once we set up those goals, we pretty much set up the overall direction where we want to go, and we respect each other's ideas. We also think about each team member's area of expertise when assigning homework. We want to make sure that all the assignments could be complete successfully. We also spend lots of time on problem solving. We work on each problem individually until we all agree on them. And the last thing is that our whole team take responsibility for our game decision. We don't blame any particular team members for any bad decision because we all make decision as one happy team. So next, let's take a look at the variance on our income statement. On the income statement, we have 32% increase on gross profit. The huge change because we increase our selling price since our product offer both the highest quality and feature, and we move our production overseas. We further cut down our cost of goods sold for another 15%. And as selling price increase, which caused some change in market share, over time our inventory increase, and as a result our storage expenses also increase 93% compared to the forecast number. We closed down our home plan at year 5. That allowed us to save some money on executive compensation. It decreased 32%. With higher selling price, low cost of goods sold, and cut down on expenses, our operating profit able to increase 75% compared to our forecast number. The extra 9% increase on net profit before tax is because we have some CD interest income, and as net profit increase, we also need to pay more income tax. So there's a 30% increase on income tax. Because again, the high price, low cost, and cut down on expenses, our net profit increased 127%. The actual number is 5.7 million compared to our forecast number of only 2.5 million. Next, on the statement of cash flow, on operating activities with high selling price and low production costs, which allow our company achieve high profit margin. As a result, our account collected increased 15% and our production costs decreased 23%. Our net operating cash flow increased 67%. at 6.1 million compared to our forecast number of 3.6 million. On investing activity with extra cash on hand, we purchased some CD in year 6, which allow us to earn some CD interest. And on financing activity, we follow our plan. Only buy back small amount of outstanding bonds as we plan to allocate more of our capital into buyback stocks and issue dividend. Our original plan was to buy back at least 3 million worth of stock by the end of year 6. We actually reached our goal and buy back 5.2 million worth of stock. And the total amount of $1.4 million dividend was paid according to the amount of cash on hand each quarter. And it was the right move with the stock buyback and dividend. Our stock price become the highest in our industry at $4.68 per share. And in year 6, with the high profit margin, low cost, and high net income, our beginning cash flow increased 60%, and with the positive cash inflow, our company maintained a healthy positive balance of 24 million at the end of the quarter, which was 45% more than our forecast. And last on the balance sheet, with increased net income, our cash balance increased 45%, which was 7.3 million more than our forecast. With the 15% increase on account receivable, our total current asset also increased 32%. Our net manufacturing plant decreased 36% is because we closed down our home plant and moved all our production overseas. And the foreign currency adjustment was changed according to the foreign exchange rate, which we have no control of, but we did pay close attention to them during the whole game.
Hi, this is Tian Tian. Strength has been divided to 5 parts: market share, research and development, product forecasting, product cost, and stock price. Attaining market share was a priority for our company because gaining majority of market share would allow us to sell more of our product. Our company steadily increased the market share through heavy advertising during high seasons and maintaining a consistent advertisement during low seasons. From the early stages, our company set aside a specific percentage of funds for research and development that was 7%. This was consistently increased every quarter to take full advantage of developing new models ahead of the competition. Our strategy for product forecasting improved through some trials and errors, but when a good strategy was established, we kept to use it, and our company was successful with distribution of products to all areas. Our goal has been to keep production costs low. Production overseas was the optimal option to have a low cost of production. Our overseas plant made this possible. Our company made a strategic move to increase production overseas and close down lines in the States to keep production costs low. To gain full benefit, our company completely closed down our plant in the States and solely began to produce overseas. Our company chose to issue 5 million shares of stocks to build a plant overseas. We were able to complete the plan, but it caused our stock price drop to a low of 0.4 cents. Once our company started to produce positive income, we started to purchase back stocks. At year 6, quarter 4, our stock price has been increased to $4.68. The weaknesses have been divided to three parts: transportation cost, pricing strategy, and low production output. The transportation cost will affect our company because of the single plant overseas. Transportation costs will be subjected to the increases of fuel, taxes, and other potential wages income increases. Our pricing strategy was very weak. Our failure to capitalize on the market share was something to be desired. And the production output is an area that can be improved. Our actual output was not the same as the potential output. The opportunities have been divided to four parts: increased worker training, execution of pricing strategy, better production schedule, and reduction of outstanding bonds. We need to keep training to a constant increase to benefit of our workers' efficiency. We also need to better understand the cost production and the customer willingness to purchase our products and turn this weakness into a strength. Even though we did a very good job, we still have several threats. The threats are similar strategies, price elasticities, change in customer preference, resignation of salespeople. We will continue to develop and tailor our strategy and try to be ahead of other companies. In terms of marketing strategies, our company's future plan would be similar to what we have in the past. We will try to have new product models once a year, stable funding for research and development at 7%, increase product price in correlation to quality and features, average increase of 2% for new models. Continue advertising strategy with increases during quarter 2 and quarter 4 and maintain during quarter 1 and quarter 3. And also we will keep training to 7% each quarter to have lower unit production cost. From the game, we learned that our pricing strategy was much to be desired. Total net profit gave us advantage among our competitors, which led us to believe that consistent increases in price would have increased our profit levels much earlier. Our stock insurance and buyback strategy was a risk that had great result, and we will most likely reuse this strategy again if there is a need to raise capital for other ventures.
So now my name is Carlos, and I'll be discussing the last 3 presentations of our slide. For our top 3 mistakes, the top 3 that we picked were issuing too many stocks in the beginning. The second one would be overestimating plant total output and uneven production distribution. And our third one would be negligent pricing strategies. So for the first one, we sold a lot of stock in the beginning. It kind of hurt us because our stock prices were very low, but throughout the game, we started buying back aggressively, and our stock price jumped up really high till it was, at the end of the game, was $4. For our output, again, our first couple mistakes, we weren't distributing the product evenly enough. So it kind of hurt us where we even stocked out after our first decision. But throughout the whole game, we did a lot better. We had minor stockouts here and there, but we finished strong. And pricing strategy, we were very scared of pricing our things way too high, thinking our customers wouldn't buy it. But I feel at the end we made really good decisions to where our products were always almost number one. We controlled market share throughout the second half of the game. So we made up for those all 3 of those mistakes. For decision-making process, it was always a group decision. We met twice a week. Constant communication, always texting. Even if it wasn't a day we were meeting, we were always texting each other for any questions that we had. So when we made our decisions, we met on campus either Thursday after class, and our other meeting day was Saturday, and we would meet up at the annex building. We would all have either our sheets printed out from our decision or a PDF file that was sent to us. We would all look it over. We would discuss what was bad, discuss what was good, and then we would discuss what we wanted to do. Usually decisions would take no longer than an hour. At first, it would take us about an hour and a half, maybe 2. But once we got better at it, it would take us no more than probably 30 minutes to an hour. Um, we would write down numbers on the board. We would discuss the numbers. We would do different percentages for different allocations. As far as finalizing, I would finalize the final reports, but I would make sure the group was happy with it. So we would make sure that nothing would be submitted until everyone's final approval. And there would be times before the final deadline of the submission, we would still discuss what we were doing. But as far as that, I felt like our decision making was very good. And then our time management and writing, we separated the papers parts very equally. I feel like we did very good on who did what. We gave everyone their strong suits as far as the papers. As far as brainstorming, we all kind of knew each other what we wanted to write. We knew how the paper was going to be flowing. Yeah, and overall, I think we did very good on our 2-year plan and then our final report. And as far as the overall group rating, I feel like we did very well, and I'm glad to have these guys as a team.